There, a combatant of the carnage of war. This here is the model of the atomic bomb that exploded in Alamogordo on July 16, 1945, which inaugurates the nuclear era. And here we already have the model of Little Boy, which was dropped from an aircraft over Japan. The GAD model also has a plaque. These other models I'm going to show are made by a store here in São Paulo. Let's get to know it. Then we'll look at more details because it's a very interesting material and you'll learn a lot from it. Why do I say that? Because when you start working with models, I use them a lot here on the channel Arte da Guerra for a very simple reason. You take, for example, let's take the case of this Russian T-80 combat vehicle. You can notice details that you wouldn't perceive in a photograph or a video. This is the truth. These are three-dimensional details. This one is at a 1:52 scale. We've already ordered one at a 1:35 scale, which I consider the best scale because it offers the best cost-benefit ratio for analysts. Why? It provides a very good amount of detail. If you make smaller scales, the tank becomes very large, and there's no proper place to store it. For those who have an armored brigade, as is the case here with the art of stocked warfare, size really makes a difference. Well, folks, to make it easier for you to understand the scale, I placed 3 armored vehicles. All 3 are the same model. The larger one there is without the cannon, which we are restoring, but that's not a problem. These are 3 models of the combat vehicle, the PZK PFW VIFs, which is the German Tiger. This is the Tiger 1. There's the Tiger 2, which only changes the turret. One day we'll explain it to you. So you see the following. The difference. The first one, this smaller one, is 172 scale. The middle one is 135 scale. And the largest is 125 scale. So the smaller the scale number, the larger the size of the armored vehicle. This one in the middle here, I'll pick it up. You'll see my hand next to it. It's in my hand. I think it's the best cost-benefit ratio, which is 135. In 135, you can see all the details, right? And at the same time, as I told you, it's very easy to store. Well, folks, so this one, just to enrich the details for you, this one is a Panzer in 135 scale, okay? It's a Panzer F6, which is the Tiger. This one is the Tiger 1, okay?
Panzer 6, que é o Tigre, esse aqui é o Tigre, tá? Então ele vai ter, sem contar o canhão.
So it will be, not counting the cannon, 16 centimeters, okay? Just in this width of the tracks, it will be 16 to 17 centimeters. If you count the cannon, it's a bit bigger. The folks at Nos Rastros da Historia have the Tiger, I think in 135 scale, you have to ask them. But I think they do. They can even make it in other colors, other camouflages. As I told you, I have a Panzer 125. It's wonderful. In terms of details, it's wonderful. But if my entire collection were that size, I wouldn't have anywhere to store it. The whole problem with these larger scales is really storage. But if you have a big house, it's up to you. You're the kind of people who collect real armored vehicles, right, folks? If I had the money, if I had the space, we would go for that too. Imagine how the videos on the Canal Arte da Guerra would look. But let's continue our display of the models. We are going to meet the manufacturer of these models here in São Paulo. Then we will show some more details. Stay with us. Well, here it is, folks, the store. This is Nos Rastros da Historia. You have its homepage. They make a lot of miniature materials. I will show some here for you, and I will also show some live. But they also make plaques, various types of items from World War II and other wars. You can also order, as they are capable of working on many things there. But let me show you some other models we ordered and they made. This here is an M60 in the Vietnam War, and you can even see the little plaque. Here is the plaque of Saigon, Vientiane in Laos, etc.
Plaquinha de Saigon, Vientiane no Laos, etc. Vou mostrar também isso aqui é T-34.
I'll also show this. Here is a T-34. The T-34, everyone knows here, is one of the icons of the Arte da Guerra channel due to its simplicity of construction and practicality. Now this model here, I know it will attract a lot of attention from people who like naval models, which is the Kursk submarine from Russia that sank a few years ago. Now this here is the Iron Dome, folks. Even with the smoke and the missile being launched, the level of detail is impressive. He also made the plaque, but I keep this one separate because it's very large, and sometimes we're going to make a video about the Iron Dome. Now we can make richer videos with these models, so it's easier for you to handle.
Então fica mais fácil de você manipular. Pô, foi mal, pessoal, eu errei. Onde eu falei manipular, leia-se manusear.
Hey, sorry folks, I made a mistake. Where I said manipulate, it's actually handle. It's easier to handle. I know people might take it the wrong way, but that's part of it. And here we also have an A-7V tank from Germany, from the Kaiser, from World War I, and also from World War I, the British Mark IV. I think it's very important, folks, for you to study the models because they show characteristics that we would hardly be able to observe in a photograph. The richness of detail is very great. And here you see the base of an SS-11 Scud-B system from the former Soviet Union, which was used by many countries here. And here you see it launching the Scud missile. It's really outstanding, folks. The level of realism of these models, even the smoke, he made it.
Modelos, até a fumaça ele fez. E a gente também tem esse canhão anticarro PAC-43.
And we also have this German 88mm PAC-43 anti-tank gun. The cherry on top, right? A Russian T-55 combat vehicle from Operation Z. Here you see Pripyat, the city of Pripyat there. It's roughly on the border of Ukraine with Belarus. The detail is that this vehicle even comes with the marks of the special military operation. It even comes with the marks of. So here's what happens. Then people ask, Commander, but how do I acquire this model? Well, you get in touch with Anos Rastros. The story talks to Fernando there, okay? And then you see the scale. He does this with a printer, okay? With a 3D printer. You see the scale, okay? And place the order with him. There are various payment methods as well.
Fecha a encomenda com ele, tem diversas formas de pagamento, também se discute a entrega, etc.
You listen to the delivery, etc. Let me tell you something, folks. Look, I have many armored vehicles. A lot of stuff here. Armored vehicles, planes, submarines, because we need them. I'm even making a video now about Soviet Union armored vehicles, and we need to know the details thoroughly. But what happens is this. I've never seen, apart from professional modelers, I've never seen a place with such detailed richness. This bomb scheme is really very, very detailed. I found it simply outstanding, so it's very important. I'm going to buy this decoration for those who like it. Also, in my case, I'm a scholar, or for military personnel, if you want to gift your commander with a miniature of a combat vehicle, a plane, etc.
Uma miniatura do carro de combate, avião, etc. Vocês têm muito material ali.
You have a lot of material there in Nos Rastros de Historia. I think it's worth checking out, folks. I'll leave the link here in the description. Get in touch. To be honest, I'm not getting anything for promoting this here, but I really liked his material. We're going to give some support. I'm going to place other orders here because I use this material for study, okay? This material we acquire returns in terms of much more in-depth, much more specialized technical knowledge for you. So, I want to send a hug to the people at Nos Rastros da Historia, okay? Our brave Zulu, and I invite you from the Canal Arte da Guerra to get to know this simply fantastic factory, a tank factory, right in São Paulo.
Tanques de guerra em plena São Paulo.